Hi, I'm Blossom, and today I'm going to read you a book called Rusty Bear and Thomas Too. It's written by Russ Towne and illustrated by Josh McGill. Thomas was a young boy who loved to explore and to study fun things he'd not seen before. One day he discovered a large redwood bear. He didn't know who carved it or how it got there. Seeing it sure was a great big surprise, but it had a kind face and friendly eyes. He saw its color was a rusty red. "I think I'll call you Rusty Bear," he said. Though Thomas still traveled far and wide, he most often sat at Rusty Bear's side. He told him all kinds of fun young boy things, like dinosaurs and dragons, castles and kings. One warm day, Thomas fell fast asleep. He heard a friendly voice that made him leap. He couldn't believe what he saw with his eyes. Rusty Bear was alive. Oh, what a surprise! Before Thomas could think or say a word, "A family's in trouble," is what he heard. Rusty Bear pointed to a nest up high. "Mama bird is sick and too weak to fly. She has 3 hungry babies that she can't feed. Please help me to help this family in need. Their nest is falling apart from the wind. She's scared her nest won't keep her chicks in." Thomas said, "We'll find food and rebuild their nest." They worked real fast and didn't stop to rest. Thomas found the food he knew most birds eat, worms and bugs that would be a tasty treat. Rusty Bear gathered twigs, twine and string. Thomas said, "I think we have everything." They filled his pockets with all of the stuff. Rusty Bear said, "I think we have enough." But that towering tree looked very tall. They became quite afraid that they might fall. They had to be brave to get the job done, so they faced their fears, every single one. They both sighed big sighs and began to climb as fast as they could to get there in time. The first part of the trip worked out okay, with lots of thick branches along the way. But limbs grew thinner the higher they went. Branches they stepped on were dangerously bent. Then a big wind blew harder and stronger. They knew they couldn't go on much longer. When Thomas's hand began to lose its grip, Rusty Bear helped him so he wouldn't slip. And when one of his big paws missed a limb, Thomas was right there to help steady him. Mama bird chirped when they came into view, "I'm so very glad to see both of you." They fed the family, not stopping to rest. Then they both worked fast to fix the nest. Mama bird said, "I feel better again. I can feed my family and keep them tucked in." You two are brave heroes and saved the day. I want to thank you in a special way. She gave each a loving peck on the cheek, then held 2 colorful things in her beak. They were red and blue and yellow and green, the most beautiful feathers they'd ever seen. After more thank yous, it was time to go. They were so tired, the climb down was slow. Thomas awoke next to a wooden bear. He blinked with sad eyes at what he saw there. Could it be that it had all been a dream, not the wonderful adventure it seemed? But he held something red, blue, yellow, and green, the most beautiful feathers he'd ever seen. He smiled at the bear and began to think. As he turned, he thought he saw Rusty wink. Thomas no longer felt any sorrow. We'll have another adventure tomorrow. The end.